Well, good evening. I get the honor of introducing our guest speaker tonight. I have known Lyndsay for several years now. I have seen her at her worst and at her best, and I have seen God transform her life in awesome ways. So we are very excited to celebrate the testimony of God's goodness. But God did awesome things in Lyndsay's life, but Lyndsay also said, God, here I am, change me. I don't think I've ever seen God come to an unwilling participant and say, okay, I'm going to change your life. You don't have any choice. She surrendered her heart to the Lord, and then she got plugged into church and a community group and a family of believers who we love her, and we've seen her grow. And she's going to testify to the goodness of God, and she's going to rock it out. Also, I have to say this, as a part of our church family, Lyndsay serves. She serves when she's not asked to. She just goes above and beyond. Her heart is golden. And I'm so thankful for her in many, many ways. So, rock it out, girl. Here she goes.
All right, thank you. First and foremost, I got to thank Jesus Christ for my recovery and where I have made it today. And I got to thank every single one of you here. Because if it wasn't for you guys either, I wouldn't be where I am today. Okay, my childhood, I grew up in a Christian childhood, raised Lutheran. Mom took us to church every Sunday, did Sunday school service. She worshiped. She was the leader. I went all the way through until I got confirmed. Then I backed away from Jesus because I got into the mix of working my butt off, doing masonry work and caregiving, and getting into the alcohol scene. I also, during that time, getting into the alcohol is with the beer, and my rum was my favorite drug of choice. I got hooked on marijuana for a short period of time. Somehow, I managed to rock it all out and continued to go to work. Don't know how I did that. I know the Lord was by my side through thick and thin. Then I just kept on working like that forever till I was in my 37 years of age. Then I decided to slow down. And I gave myself to God, got baptized by Pastor Zach and his beautiful bride, Michelle, because I knew it was time after trying to serve him for 10 years, and I was failing. I failed. Failed on him, failed on my beliefs, failed on my mother. So it was time for me to change and work his magic. I worship by coming to church every Sunday. CR groups, Wednesday night groups. Yeah, I'm kind of bashful, but once you get to know me, I open up. I'm a good jokester. I have a great heart. I've always cared for people, no matter the situations I have been through. I have been through a lot of abuse in my life through relationships. My sister has always physically abused me till I was 37 years old, and I walked away from it because I thought it was, I guess, normal to drink, to get abused, do it all over again. But when God came into my life, I asked him, I can't do this anymore. I can't control this anymore. You need to take the wheel and lead me and guide me. And one night, he did that. I asked him one night, going into the trailer house, going to bed, after having beers at the campfire, I said, God, I can't do this. I need you. And I didn't know where it was going to go, how it was going to look. I knew I was going to make mistakes, but I totally gave it to him. He was like Papa Bear coming out of the den to nourish me, to guide me with his big hands and say, it's okay to fall. It's okay to go on your knees. It's okay to cry. And during all my struggles, I even had to learn to let go of the ones that have hurt me in my past. The big one was my sister. I had to learn to forgive her, but also walk away from her because she was physically abusive, emotionally abusive, financially abusive. She stole a bunch of money from me, where I am still living on my father's homestead, an old trailer. But I accept that because God has a plan for me. And my plan was not to be there at 38 years old, having my own place, but I'm just leaving it to God. And if she would have paid me back all my debts and everything that she owed me, I don't know if I would be who I am today. I do have a heart of gold. I take my clothes off my back for anybody, even for an innocent little animal that's suffering. I shed those beautiful tears for them because that's how my heart is. But I did grow up in a household with alcoholism. I didn't know that was addiction because growing up, Mom and Dad said that we're just all functioning alcoholics. So it was okay to drink. But in reality, it was not okay to drink. That was my drug of choice. And that's about all I know. So thank you.